So hello and welcome to the video. I recently spent 6 nights cruising on the Celebrity Silhouette around the UK, and I had a grand old time. I talk about it in more detail in this video. Although there were some very clear differences to pre-pandemic cruising, there were periods of time, and occasionally long periods of times, where things felt normal. This was my 3rd cruise with Celebrity, and over the years I've noticed some clear differentiators between their offering and that offered by their competition. I've sailed with Royal Caribbean 4 times, with Carnival twice, and I also spent 3 nights with P&O on a rather weird cruise I was invited on back when I was a finance director. I've tried to cruise with a number of other cruise lines, but they keep cancelling me. So I have some experience of the cruising market, by no means as much as some of the other creators out there, but I think enough to give you some fairly interesting observations and conclusions from the cruises that I have taken. Of course, Celebrity may not believe they are competing with these brands. They may say that they're competing with Princess, Holland America and Cunard, none of whom I've actually ever sailed with. But having said that, I've found that Celebrity's pricing is often not that much higher than these mainstream brands. So I've come up with 6 ways through which I believe Celebrity differentiates itself. So if that sounds interesting, stick around. Hi, I'm Matt and I love cruising. I love the ships, the places you visit, the entertainment, and every now and again I'll also enjoy a drink. So subscribe to see where I go next, and perhaps get some inspiration for your next cruise. So the first very clear differentiator is Celebrity's always included strategy. A classic drinks package, Wi-Fi and tips are always included in the Celebrity fare. A clue perhaps that Celebrity is pointing itself against the luxury cruise operators like Seven Seas and Seabourn, where this practice is normal. Other cruise lines could charge you $50, $60, $70 a day for these 3 things. So when comparing fares, you do need to take that into account. Of course, if you don't drink, you don't want Wi-Fi, and you take the ultra-British approach of refusing to tip anyone, then you may prefer another cruise line where you're not paying for things that you don't want. But if those things have value to you, Celebrity's inclusion of them as standard is a clear differentiator, and is something which could make their offering competitive even if their headline fares aren't. A hidden benefit of including a drinks package is that it streamlines on-board service. As everybody is entitled to many or perhaps most of the beverages offered, you don't need to swipe your card each time to verify entitlement, which does really speed up service. The classic drinks package that is included isn't that shabby either. There are a couple of decent options under every spirits category. I have a cruise coming up on Royal Caribbean where I'm having to add a drinks package, and explicitly seeing that you're paying over £350 for a week's booze is quite confronting. You're paying probably a similar amount on Celebrity, but as you don't see that amount, it spares you that kind of alcoholic's remorse I will experience on Royal Caribbean. Point 2 on the list is that Celebrity offers a premium food and beverage experience. On the drink side, you can upgrade that included classic package to a premium beverage package. This is done by adding their Elevate product, and once again by doing this you don't explicitly see how much you are paying for the booze. In this 7-night example, you're getting the upgraded booze plus around £220 of onboard credit at a cost of £350. There are some decent choices in the premium package too. Some of the rums and whiskies retail in the UK for more than 40 quid a bottle. When it comes to food, Celebrity's offering is widely recognised as being superior to many of the other brands, including some of those premium cruise lines. Food can be very subjective, so people's opinions will vary here, but I've always found Celebrity's food to be very good, both in the main dining room and the speciality restaurants. Indeed, the food in the French restaurant on board Silhouette was quite elaborate and was excellent. I always thought naked flames were prohibited on a ship, but they aren't banned in Murano. Point 3 on the list is service, which is something Celebrity will certainly claim as a differentiator. The staff to passenger ratio on Celebrity is higher than on the other mainstream cruise lines, which must lead to better service. That allows Celebrity to do small things that others don't, such as putting towels on the sun loungers and having a concierge team available to the higher cabin classes. Another example of this is in the dining realm, where Celebrity has sommeliers available on every ship, a fairly remarkable 16 of them on the Celebrity Silhouette sailing I was just on. Now, I've worked with some pretty amazing sommeliers over my years in the restaurant business, and very few of them were looking to take their hard-earned professional qualifications and go work on a cruise ship. So whilst it is certainly a differentiator, calling them sommeliers may be a bit of a reach. But to be fair to Celebrity, there is a fairly decent wine cellar on board, although it is designed for the US market, so has some fairly noticeable gaps amongst the European wines that you might expect to see. So before I get to point number 4, can I invite you to subscribe to the channel? I do need to make each of these exhortations a little different, so if you don't subscribe, the penguin gets it. But seriously, there's no obligation, there's no cost, and all it will do is make it easier for YouTube to let you know when I have released a new video. It will really help me out as I grow my channel, as will liking this video and leaving me a comment. Thanks. It's okay. It's okay. Point 4 is the question of design. Celebrity is aiming to offer a more contemporary experience, not so focused on families, although they are certainly most welcome, but they design their ships to give a more sophisticated, grown-up experience. So you won't find the kinds of attractions that you are commonly seeing on other ships these days, such as go-karts and wave riders and water parks. Their bars tend to have a more grown-up feel. They're more cocktail bars than they are pubs. And I've always considered that to be a bit of a drawback of the brand. I quite like having a pubby environment to hang out on board. Having said that, during the Silhouette's recent refurbishment, the old Cellar Masters venue has been reinvented as craft social, with less of a focus on wine and more on beer. Still a long way from being a pub experience, but certainly a move in the right direction. It stops. It stops. Point 5, which follows on from this, is that Celebrity doesn't have formal nights. Instead, they have chic nights, which are intended to be the same thing, although they don't do a great job of educating first-time cruisers that this is the case. On my first Celebrity cruise, I lugged a suit and all the associated paraphernalia all the way to Puerto Rico just for the formal night. And I was quite annoyed when I didn't realise that chic night was the formal night, so I then had to lug that suit all the way home again, unworn. More broadly though, I think it illustrates that Celebrity wants to be more contemporary and a little more trendy than some of the other lines. I've seen it claimed that Celebrity does attract a younger clientele than some of its competitors, although I've got no evidence to support this. Before I get to point 6, a few things that aren't different. Cruise cabins can't be that different, as they're basically a bed and a bathroom. I reviewed my Silhouette cabin in this video, and as you'll see, it's pretty similar to every other cruise ships. There's a casino, a photo gallery, an art gallery, a buffet, a theatre and some smaller performance venues. Plus there's pools, jacuzzis, a solarium, a gym, a children's club and jogging tracks, all of which are going to be pretty similar to every other ship. So point 6 comes back to something I've mentioned in previous videos and kind of ties all of this together, which is passenger density. I calculate this as the tonnage of the ship divided by the maximum passenger capacity. And it produces a tonne per passenger statistic, which I find is a pretty accurate predictor of what the onboard experience is going to be like. So I looked at ships from Royal Caribbean, Norwegian and Carnival, and they averaged at just under 35 tonnes per passenger. The Celebrity Silhouette comes in at over 42 tonnes per passenger, which is 22% more. And that is reflected in the onboard experience, which feels it's just more comfortable. Add to that the higher staff to passenger ratio and you do get a clear differentiator for the celebrity brand. I also looked at Princess, Holland America and P&O ships, which are perhaps more direct competitors, and they average just under 39, better than the first group but still quite a lot below the celebrity total. You might think that that extra space comes at a higher price, but my experience is that if you are careful when you book your cruise, a cruise with celebrity need not be that much more expensive, and you are getting a lot of cruise for the money. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you're new, like this video and comment, both of which really help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.